All right, we're back this week with The Matrix Reloaded.
Or Matrix 2, but if you
The
were to say
Matrix
Matrix
2. Did you know that
2,
this
so
rated
they
R
had like,
movie was the highest grossing rated R film until Deadpool?
yes, I did.
Yeah.
And no, I didn't.
Oh,
I knew it was the highest grossing movie. I didn't know it was till Deadpool, but
no,
I didn't
for
know.
rated R only.
I know, I did.
Yeah.
I know it was the highest grossing movie rated R for a while. I thought it lost it to another movie, but I
Yeah, it
didn't know
was
it was till
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah, it was through Deadpool. I didn't
Um,
know that until I looked that up recently either. I thought that was
hmm.
pretty cool. And the
And
first
both
thing.
of them were kind of a disappointment.
Wait, hold on. Which one? Matrix Reloaded or Deadpool? You talking about
Both
the
of
first
them. I
Matrix?
said both. Both.
Oh, okay. So, I I like this one a lot more this time. The Matrix Reloaded.
Well, let me put it this way: I like it more. Yeah, I like it more this time than I watched it this time. I mean, things have changed because it's been a lot of movies we didn't like, where we're
Yes.
kind of yeah, they're good, but they weren't that good, and then we watch them. But I'm like, I mean, it still wasn't that great.
No, it was not that great, right? But I just liked it better this time when I watched it. Because I know
Yeah, because I mean,
previously, before we watched it, we were like talking about like, oh, they were trying to explain too
yeah.
much and things like
Well,
that.
they did. I mean, and they did. They had a lot of lines that didn't mean anything. They're just like,
Yes,
we're gonna make this line, and you're gonna see a lot of dialogue that makes it sound like it's something.
right.
But I'm like, if you actually listen to what they're saying, I'm like, needs to get these people a dictionary so they could realize that these words don't mean anything. And what they just said the context of it didn't go anywhere.
Right. So I did notice that, right? The dialogue is not as massive as the first one. This
Yeah,
why this movie was shorter. I don't know if it's because it was shorter because like they shot this and Revolutions at the same time and they decided this is where they cut it.
yeah. I mean, they had to. Because I mean, this movie was actually. It's like, all right, we made up the Matrix. Cool. Oh, we got to make two more now. And it's like a lot of movies, where we go, oh, we made it so good. Let's make a trilogy. And then so the other two have to be created.
Well, how many movies besides this one and Back to the Future, right, where they shot the second and third one back to back?
There's probably not that many now. I mean, I'm sure George Lucas probably would have loved to with Star Wars.
Oh, so they decided sequentially, so everything is done
Yeah,
at one go. Yeah.
yeah. So everything's done. But I mean, sometimes you just don't. I mean, it's a thing that people do now.
Yeah, it is. How
If you haven't thought out all three of them, but like those movies, you got to think Back to the Future was Back to the Future, and then they're like, oh, we need to make a sequel. Hey, let's make them in two parts. Same thing with this movie. They're like, oh, we need to make a sequel now. Let's make it two parts. Other movies, they're like, we're always going to make three, so they come out proper.
So did you think like this one, even Back to the Future, that it would be kind of correct, right? Or maybe it would done, but if they just put like two and three as one movie instead of like splitting into two, or do you think it's kind of like a production company decision where like, hey, you know what, we could make more money if we could just split it in two because like people will go see the second one and then people will see the third one. If you
It's
put
hard
it
to,
in one thing, right, it's just one ticket.
yeah, it's one ticket. You're right, but I
But
don't
then
know.
nobody want to sit in the movie
It's
theater for 4 hours.
I don't exactly. I don't want to sit in the theater. The
I want to
story
sit at
wasn't too
home
long.
for 4 hours.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. It depends. I haven't seen the third one. I've never actually seen the third one.
Oh, okay.
Never. I've seen the
That's good
second one,
then.
parts and bits of the second one, but I've never seen the third one. So it's hard to answer that one. But with Back to the Future, I'm like, they were two different movies. I would rather have had the two and then the third one.
Right, because it
I mean,
changes
I
genres.
do remember,
Kind
but
of.
it's probably kind of like this. It's like, well, we don't, well, the nice thing is I don't have to wait so long to see the third one on
Hmm.
this. But I remember when Back to the Future, I was thinking, man, I want to see the third one so bad, so bad.
Was it
Which I actually
few
can
years
cause
after? Because
no.
The Matrix,
It was the
it
next.
came out
Was
6 months, I think.
I don't remember how long it was before the next Back to the Future came out, but it wasn't that long. It just felt that
It just
felt
felt that
like
long,
longer.
because I think we were younger.
The problem is though, it builds up so much anticipation that it can actually hurt the third movie.
Right, because by the time you watch it, you probably forgot what
Yeah,
happened in the second
because a
movie.
lot of movies, most movies, how good they are is the emotions you feel when you finally make it to the theater to see it.
Oh, so you're saying that like
You
some of the
know?
emotion is gone because so much time has
Yeah, because
passed.
there's a lot of movies. Man, they're number one. You talk about they're the greatest movie ever. Oh yeah, because you went to the theater and saw it. And then it comes out DVD and you watch it and you watch it a couple more times and you realize, that movie's not really as good as I thought it was.
Oh, that's a good point. You know why? Because
Yeah.
it's the same thing that we did with the MCU movies. Because we were watching them weekly, right? Then I felt like the connection is better for me. As
Yeah.
opposed to like
Sometimes,
watch
yeah,
it when they come out.
and that's Back to the Future. It was like when I finally saw the third one, it's like it's not that great. I watch it again. I actually like the third one almost better than I like the second one.
I didn't know what a lot of
Which
people
is,
on the internet, or we're on the internet, is saying the
yeah.
same thing. The
Well,
third one feels better with time because
the
I think we
second one.
understand the adult themes more.
I think so. I mean, because the problem is the third one is set in the past, so the future didn't matter so much, and they finally grounded them out in reality. You know, the second one's in the future,
Yeah,
which
second
should
one is
have
the
been the
future.
best one because I like the second because I love everything it's set in the future.
Yeah.
Problem is when the future catches up to it, then you're like, no.
Oh, so it's kind of like that time period piece thing that we talked about.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a lot of things affect it, but to me, it didn't hold up as well. The
you're
third one,
right.
though, it's hard to not hold up because it's set in the past. So how can you ruin that?
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm
We've
thinking
already
about it
passed it. Yeah.
you brought up the great point of like setting movies in the future, and now we're there, right? Like, oh, it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, but set movies in the past, you really can't ever
No,
get
you
away
can't.
from it.
It
You said,
will always be
yeah,
the same.
a
I guess.
western will always pretty much be the same. I mean, that's why western people pick them up again, and they're going to be the same. I mean, 310 to Yuma is going to always be the same.
That's right. Yeah.
You don't have to go, oh, there's nothing to it. I mean, this is the story. This is the way it will always be.
So I took some notes down here, okay, for the Matrix, and I've been
Okay.
thinking about what you said about the term from when you talk about AI, artificial intelligence, right?
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about a lot since then with the Matrix Reloaded and the Matrix, and I come to this conclusion. There are probably only a few people, right? A very small percentage that will understand that next level, like what you referred to last week. Like,
Yeah.
hey, once you get to that point, right? They're not really artificial; they're our own intelligence. But I think people, like production or whatever, whoever
Yeah.
the marketing is, right? They just keep using that term AI for majority of the people out there that don't understand that what you and I
Yeah.
understand.
I mean, as time goes on, AI is going to get better and smarter, and eventually AI almost seem like a human to us,
Yes.
or a living entity. The only way, I mean, you almost have to use a void comp test to figure out that it's not human.
Hoo-hoo. Yeah.
Because the void comp test, you ask many questions until you get a emotional response. If you never get one, then it's a machine.
So did you think they? What did you think?
But
they touch on?
problem is with humans. I want to point this out. The problem with humans are, you get a teddy bear and we'll talk to it. Get a little animal like a dog. We automatically give it feelings and stuff and assume it's talking to us when it's barking. I'm like, he might not be saying nothing to you because I mean, life has functions too. So I was like, people are thinking, oh, this cat's talking to me. And the cat may be to a point, but he's not. He's not communicating everything you're adding to every meow he's making.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem with people. They're going to make a machine, and the machine just answers your questions. Oh, it's alive. This is a smart machine.
So,
like,
so
no,
it's kind of like when you compare to the animals, like cats and dog on the computer, right? They're actually having a conversation of their own, but not in your conversation. But humans
they're
think
not
that
having a conversation.
no, they're not having it with us. So
But I'm
humans
just saying,
think that they're having it with us.
But I'm just saying, people put human emotions on everything. I mean,
Everything,
people talk to
yeah.
their cars. People be driving down the highway and thinking certain movements in their cars, or they patting on the dashboard, it's going to get it to go faster or something. I'm like, that's not how it works. I mean, it's not a living creature. It doesn't even understand you.
No, it doesn't. You're right. Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't even
understand
care when you hit a tree and you fly out the windshield. It doesn't go, thank God I'm rid of this now.
us. So you know what I really like about this movie right off the bat? The action sequences. The fight choreography was so much better.
You are right. The best thing in this movie to me is the fighting. The fighting,
Like
is
everybody
top-notch.
upgraded, right? Like everyone's fighting. It's not as. I guess I could consider the first Matrix. They were kind of stiff.
I do have a problem with like the fighting. The fighting's awesome. Okay, anything that's
Very
kung
fluid,
fu,
yeah.
yeah. Awesome. Now the action sequences, some of that real over the top action sequences they do, to me, are too much and they drag on.
Are you talking about, like, I know what you mean. Like the action sequences, like the car chases, things like that.
Yes, the truck, the top of the fight, too long.
Yep.
Or when Trinity falls out the window and she's going slow motion. I was like,
oh yeah.
she has a machine gun. It's going slow motion. She's shooting. You keep doing it. She never hits the agent right in front of her, but the agent is in front of her, shoots once or twice, and hits her. So it's like, what?
So I thought because the
this?
first thing I thought is like anytime anybody holding two guns, right, they're not gonna hit their target unless like they're pointing it kind of like this way instead of straight. Does it make sense? Every time because it looks good in the movie.
She's throwing out there. She should have hit the dude right in front of her.
Yeah.
But no, the agent right in front of her, though. I was like, After she gets shot, it's like.
I thought the program just had more precise shooting.
And plus, I got to watch all the glass, and I'm like, okay, just speed this up just a little bit more.
So I want to say right off the bat too, right? The landing was very Black Widow, wasn't it? Like people had to pose when they did that landing thing. Like,
you're talking about when she does the motorcycle. I didn't have a problem with that when she flops the motorcycle.
Yeah.
And blows up the building, and then she lands. Like yes, and that is you're right. That's Marvel gets their stuff, but the motion crap where they doing it, I'm like, it was also The Matrix, but I'm like. Not that great now, especially the fight scene between all this Agent Smiths and stuff, and was good to a point. The problem is we've moved on so far that every time they throw an agent, you could tell it's a computer.
Oh yeah, at that moment in time, yeah.
Yeah, it looks too square and scheming when they throw him. It doesn't look right. It does not look natural at all.
But
which I guess it could be argued since they're in the Matrix, and it's a program anyway.
Yeah. So yeah,
but
that was a good one. So
AI takes over the world, and that's the best graphics it has. Get a NVIDIA card, man.
I was going to say the graphics card is not that up to date yet, okay?
Yeah, get a NVIDIA.
We're not at the time of the CPU is i7 yet, okay? It's like, I don't know, quad core or something.
I mean, so this is the best reprogrammed AI?
At that
really
year.
Disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
The other guy...
but that year is in 21 or 22.
You're right. Yes.
Flying around in space by this time.
So the other point I want to make, right, like the fight sequences were so good, I guess because it's been a while since the first release, right? So they have more training for this movie.
Yeah, they had tons of
and
things.
They added
6 months of training.
They're 6 months. They had this guy Colin Chow is part of the cast. So that part he's plays Seraph, right?
Yeah.
It's also to be like they wanted Jet Li.
Yeah,
but Jet Li couldn't make it.
But he could. He didn't want it too much money.
He didn't want it and then he doesn't want some kind of martial arts thing, right? So they got the next best thing because this guy Colin Chow, right? Obviously, he's also a martial arts expert. He I don't recognize him a lot in Hong Kong movies, right? But I do recognize him because he does know kung fu. He a lot of times he play like a bad guy.
Okay.
But he's on the level of like he's the bad guy that fights Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and
exactly. That's what I was about to say. So basically, he's the bad guy that could probably outfight the good guy.
Yes.
They need a good fighter. So they don't kill a stuntman.
Yeah. So what's really funny? So when I saw this movie, right, like okay, so they had another Chinese guy. They make him look kind of like Jet Li. And then when the first time he spoke, right, I'm like, oh my god.
I might as well just go ahead and point it out. I'm sure most of the American audience was like, oh my god, it's Jet Li.
It might be. But when I first see him in this movie, right, of course I recognize him right away because I'm like, oh, I know this guy. Then he spoke English. It always surprised me because like when in Hong Kong movies, right, then I see a guy in an English movie. It happened to me in Rush Hour, not Jackie Chan, but the other characters oh my god, this dude speaks English. Because let me tell you something, like, if you're a martial arts master...
Let's just put it this way. There could be some Hong Kong sitting there watching our show right now. They're like, oh my god, this guy speaks English.
For me, yeah. So what happens is because, people like Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Colin, right? Yeah. The reason why they know martial arts because they couldn't afford school. Okay. So there's a good chance Colin might not even know how to read or write until, like, he's in his 20s, right? When they start making money. So that's why it surprised me that they spoke English.
Yeah, but I mean, that don't mean a lot because I could speak English long before I could read and write.
Oh no, because I'm talking about because they're from Hong Kong and China.
I'm joking.
I didn't understand that joke.
You missed that joke.
Yeah.
Of course, I could speak English long before I could read.
Well, because you speak it. Because I was thinking you talk about like from the way I look at it. Yeah, I didn't understand that. So it's very funny. So a long time ago, I think I listened to. Before they even call them podcasts, right? They were interviewing Colin.
What did they call them before podcast?
I think just a radio interview.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because it's so funny.
No, I thought we were going to hit it like this awesome name that.
I don't think so. I think.
Yeah, we're not going to bring back radio interviews.
So I listened to this guy speak. Right, it is so funny because they ask him like, "Hey, what was your experience? Being on the Matrix set?" He's like, the first thing he talked about was like, "Oh, the food catering is so good."
The catering actually on movie sets that got money is actually very good.
Yeah, when he said that, right, I was thinking like, oh, a lot of Chinese people like to eat, right? And then he's like, well, since I come on the set, right, I didn't have to do any of the training, so for 6 months, it's like every time I show up, I'm like, oh my god, this food is delicious. Like he's watching them train. He's like, "Oh yeah, you guys are doing good," and I'm like
You're
eating,
doing
eating a
good.
sandwich.
Yeah, he's got a sandwich. Walk over there. Hey, you need to kick higher. Keanu,
food is so
you need to
good.
kick higher.
You know, it's really impressive that when Keanu Reeves fought him right before he saw the Oracle, man, that whole scene when Keanu was able to keep up with Colin, it was impressive. Like compared to the first one where like Neo fights Morpheus, right? This is on a whole different level. This is matching 80s Hong Kong's action film.
Yeah, I mean, the fighting was top notch.
Yeah, it was. I'd never seen anything like that. Like even not even Rush Hour. Rush Hour was even a little bit slower. But this one, dude, they trying the best they can. Like I know you can't do as fast as Colin, but trying to get to that like 80%.
Hey, as long as Colin makes him look good, that's the thing.
Oh yeah.
A good. You gotta have somebody could fight to make. Somebody could fight that can make you look good.
Yeah, because like in the first one, they didn't have anybody like that.
I mean,
it was just all the actors.
Because Colin, spends most of his time making Jet Li look good. So.
Yes, exactly. I need to make Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Sammo Hung look good.
Hey,
Donnie Yen.
Sammo Hung knows what he's doing. Dude.
Yeah. I forgot the other one. Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen was in Blade 2. But he didn't have any speaking lines. Also a martial arts expert. You know, it's really funny. I don't know if a lot of people like, but Colin and Donnie Yen, they learned their kung fu from their mothers. Their mothers.
That's impressive.
Yeah, well, because the man always worked, right? So the mother taught the kids whatever she knows.
Yeah, and she knew kung fu.
Yo, she's a kung fu master. Their mothers are kung fu masters.
Who learns how to fight from their moms? I mean, come on now, that's awesome.
Apparently Chinese kids.
Apparently
at least
Chinese
there's
kids.
2 of them.
I know, because I was going to say
that means their grandfathers were probably martial arts experts too.
In
so it just gets
America, you're not
passed
going to learn how to
generation.
fight. I'm not going to learn.
But I'm so glad, like, the reason I point that out is because I'm so glad they actually brought that, like, from the Matrix, like the Wachowskis, right? They brought that to American audience. Like, hey, you know what? Our martial arts in this film, it needs to be better. It cannot be, I don't even know how to compare it to. What did the US audience have before this? Like Karate Kid?
No, we had kung fu.
Kickboxing. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? Things like that.
Yeah, well, they've always had kung fu here. It's just not that level.
Yeah, not that level, right? Like, holy, people can move like that?
I mean, it seems like because I've always known I've known kung fu, because, I mean, they even had a comic book. Because there's a Marvel movie out based on the Master of Kung Fu.
Yeah. Well, now it is, but
No, there were comic books from the 70s.
Oh, no, I thought you said movies.
People were into it. No, that was in movies and stuff. You always had, because, I mean, there was run, like in the 80s, ninja movies. Man,
American Ninja movies, yes.
It was like American Ninja, all these other ninja movies. Everything was a ninja movie, and then you had all these karate movies. Even though they were doing kung fu in the karate movies, who cared? As long as you're jump kicking and stuff.
As long as it's kicking butt, yeah.
But see, it just kind of went away, though.
It did, right?
Yeah, but that's like people like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the action
do
stars.
kung fu.
Yeah.
Rocky ain't gonna do kung fu.
No.
I mean, there's the actors that could do kung fu, like you said, and for some reason they never did kung fu, like Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, exactly.
He did a whole lot of kung fu.
There's another martial art expert, but they don't want to market him like that.
He could have been fighting Stallone with kung fu moves the whole movie, but
he could. Yeah, he could, but they make that to like a 10% because like he did some like Wesley Snipes did some kick where he fought those cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is most of the superheroes now, like Batman's supposed to do all those moves, but now he does he does a different fighting style because they say on camera it looks more brutal.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
the Filipino style, I remember. Yeah.
Who wants to see? Well, it's actually posted. I thought it was Russian and Israeli.
Oh, is that what the army uses? But I don't know.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like Israeli or something.
I thought it was like a Filipino style, but I don't know.
No, it could have been, but I mean, all the militaries use this kind of fighting style.
Yeah,
pretty much all.
Yeah, because it's a close quarter combat, right?
Yeah, so you can take your opponent out in a few minutes. So I'm like, come on, do some other fightings, because this thing was the show was the fight.
Yes.
I mean, I do like it when Batman's just pounding the crap out of somebody, but hey, a few moves where he's just fighting an opponent.
Oh, you know what? That's right. Yeah, like I guess the Matrix Reloaded started because it came out in 2003, and then Batman Begin was 2005.
Yeah.
So the
fighting
had to be really good.
They even asked the Wachowskis to do the. Well, that's what they said, to do Batman Begins.
Oh, because Warner Brothers.
But if they did, it would have had to been long before they talked to Christopher Nolan, because Christopher Nolan pretty much created the whole thing.
Yes.
You know,
Wow. The
he
Matrix.
came up with all of it, and I think they helped write it.
So since we're talking about Batman Begins, right, I wrote another note here. I like that. All these people.
Neo beat Batman. Is that what the question is?
No. So the
okay.
thing I noticed is like when they had the meeting in the beginning of the movie, right? Like all the ship captains, they actually met inside the Matrix instead of like Zion. That reminded me of the Dark Knight scene, right? Where all the criminals are meeting in the daytime, because they were afraid of Batman haunting them at night, right? That's how I get like, why are they meeting in the Matrix instead of like the city where they,
Well, I guess because I don't know why they were.
You know what I'm talking about,
That's a
right?
good question. No, that's a good question. I thought the same thing. So they could wear their nice clothes.
So they wear their cool clothes.
Yeah, because in Zion, all you had to wear is a bunch of rags.
Right. Because I was thinking there's a whole bunch of them in the Matrix, right?
But you're right. I think it was.
What if the
it was only a
agents
few
showed up?
captains. It was only a few captains.
Like there was at least 4 or 5 of them.
And that's because it's probably because they're hunting for Neo ship, and they had information they needed to tell him. And the only
it's
way
faster.
The only way to transfer information outside of the city is to plug in the Matrix.
Oh, but that's such a huge risk, though. It's a huge risk, right?
It is a huge. But how else are they going to communicate? They can't send messages any other way.
Oh, that's right. It's not like they have cell phones and Zion, right? And then it's connected to the tower.
I mean, because the problem is if you jump into anything, it's in the tunnels that they're traveling through. It takes you into the Matrix.
It would be faster to go to the Matrix.
They don't have the secure communication.
So the Matrix is their cell phone.
The only other way to talk is to have your ships link up with each other and then get on each other's ships.
And then they just meet at that place.
I would have, okay, let's find each other. But the problem is they're probably spread out so far the ships couldn't meet.
That's really good.
They basically need to tell that Neo ship that, hey, you got to come back to Zion because they're drilling.
Because everybody was going home anyway, yeah.
Well, not everybody was going home.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was staying out.
Yeah, I like that. I like that part where Morpheus asked like one ship to stay.
Yeah, when they decided there was attack, they were going to go in, and of course Morpheus said, hey, we got what they're doing.
Yep.
And of course the other guy's like, who cares what they're doing? Let's all come here and wait. Which is actually a stupid plan. I mean, come on. No nation brings all of its people back to its country and not keep an eye on its.
Yes.
You don't do that. How kind of stupid is that?
Commander Locke, yes.
Because if they all fly back in, then how's he know what's going on the outside?
They don't. He doesn't care for that, I guess.
Oh, he does it because he's a crappy commander.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. If he couldn't stop Superman and Superman's enemies in the Superman movies, he's not gonna fight. He's not gonna be a good Zion. Plus, I saw him in the blacklist. Man,
I didn't think about that.
What? Yeah. That he was a very good general.
You know what? I also noticed that he's not agent anymore. Smith and the other agents, their suits are a little bit different.
Yeah, because one's just a program
right now. So what is Smith
computer
now?
virus?
He's a computer virus now, right?
Kinda, yeah. I mean,
whatever Neo did to him, he made him a computer virus.
Because you know what I was thinking when we were watching, when it starts off, you see Smith fighting the other deals. I was like, when did this turn into Tron? Because what Tron's all about. Colors represent the programs and functions within the system. Yeah, and they destroy each other when the programs this doesn't work. They destroy the programs.
Oh, that's right.
So it's Tron, man.
Yeah, I didn't remember the connection because I might not remember Tron as well as you do.
I love Tron, dude. Come on. Tron is still better than this movie. I don't care what anybody says.
I need to.
Except there's no kung fu in Tron.
There's no kung fu in Tron.
Yeah, there's no kung fu. But hey, there's some glowing tanks and some glowing aircraft and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this club. It's awesome.
Oh, you know what I also like? I pointed out in here, like when
the soundtrack's better.
Well, the soundtrack is also very good, right? But those 3 agents that came in were to crash their party, right?
Yeah.
Their conversation is so machine-like.
It is. Well,
he's still only human.
But the problem is, I would think an AI that connects with the world is going to have a very human sounding. I mean, come on, like I said, AI is going to be able to feel. It's going to be able to fool humans, whether it's real or not. I mean, come on, because you interact with AI all the time. Like if you call someone to pay some bills.
Yes, the automated telephone
person
calls.
You think you're talking to is not a person.
No.
It's a machine.
Yeah, it's automatic phone calls.
It
now,
just
yeah.
happens. It just happens to say the right deals. I mean, it's like I said,
I hate those.
Alexis almost is almost human until you ask her like, how do you feel about something? And then she's like, I don't understand.
Oh, he said, yeah, she said like, I don't know the answer to
Or
that
if you
question.
ask her if she would like to eat some Oreos, she I mean, if you ask her when her birthday is, she could tell you. If you ask her how she feels today, she could tell you. Then you go, hey, would you like some Oreos? Then she goes to look it up and tell you how Oreos are made. I was like, that's not what I said. Then you said it because I know the program has changed because I told her one day, that's not what I said.
Is that what
and
you've been talking
and then, you
to
know what
Alexa
it says?
about?
Yeah, I ask Alexa everything because I like to see where her gaps are, where she can't answer. And it's earlier, like 2 years ago, or was it a year ago maybe?
Yeah.
She couldn't answer any of my questions.
Oh, but now it's different, right?
She can answer a lot of my questions. And one day I got mad. I asked her something, and she says, "Oh, I don't." She said, "Give me some information." I go, "That's not what I asked you." And at first it says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to learn, so I'll serve you to the next."
Hey, do you know that they released a
now
Samuel...
Now you're gonna beat me.
Hey, do you know that they released a Samuel L. Jackson voice?
Yeah, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, I paid for it like when it was like cheap, right?
I'm not
Dude,
paying.
it's awesome.
I'll just watch his movies. I'm not paying for it.
It's
they
awesome.
even got what was her name? What is it? Melissa McCartney?
Yeah, and then now I think they have Shaq now too.
Yes, they got Shaq too. And I was like, I just fucking like it because she can barely even answer my questions yet. I'm not ready to move on to somebody else.
I just like to hear Samuel L. Jackson sometimes.
I don't want to hear Samuel L. Jackson not know what I'm talking about.
Oh no, it's funny. Like when you ask him to tell you a joke, he'll cuss, man. It's great. It's great.
That's the crazy thing that Samuel L. Jackson got so famous he's become a character.
Yeah, become like a voice, right? Like,
well, it's become a character because everybody wants to imitate Samuel L. Jackson. All you have to do is the F word.
Yeah, it's just the F word. It's just so great.
That makes sure though, is that how Samuel Jackson really is in real life? Most likely not.
So I also wrote down here, right? That was a part to me that was very Star Wars. When they went back home, right? And then the part where Neo... Well, let's talk about that kid. When they got home, that kid... What's that kid's name? I didn't write it down. But,
annoying.
His name is annoying. Like, how the hell does he know? I don't know. He just does. He just shows up, right?
Yeah.
And have you seen the Animatrix?
I have not.
So they talk about that kid.
Okay, I haven't seen anything else connected.
Besides
I never
this,
played
right?
the game.
Which is fine.
Yeah. I never played the game.
Oh, okay.
And actually, to tell you the truth, I didn't even know about the Animatrix until today.
Oh, really?
And then I was like, well, I don't have enough time to watch it.
No, you don't have to because like I watched it back in like I don't know in the mid 2000s, obviously, right when this came out. Like I think I didn't watch the Animatrix until like the movies came out, and then I didn't watch it maybe 2005, right? But I remember the kid's story, right? Because Neo was in it. So what happens in that story? Just basically Neo did to him what Morpheus did to Neo. It just mirrors that. That's why he keeps saying, "You saved me." Like, no, man, you actually saved yourself.
Yeah, and basically in a way it is because, like I said, they give you a pill the way you love, right? But they actually never give you a pill. There is nothing there that gives.
Oh yeah, I like that point too.
It's your own mind wakes you up. So the problem is everybody's stuck in the Matrix if they want to. You just wake up.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping them.
So I thought, well, the Animatrix is also pretty cool, right? But the video game Enter the Matrix, you actually play as Niobe.
Okay.
What's her name? And Ghost. Yeah. And
so are we gonna send this? What's this game on?
I think it was on Xbox and like PC.
Are we ever gonna see this on? Are we ever gonna see this on 10-Minute Gamer?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I think I have the game. I have to see because, well, the game is pretty cool because I'm pretty sure you could watch a YouTube play, right? Remember the part that you said you didn't like? Well, not the part you didn't like. The action sequences right before Niobe and Ghost got to where Morpheus is. You can't just play that sequence.
Oh, really?
So like anything that's off, right? Like okay. Oh, even at the end of the movie, remember like Ghost and Niobe gotta do their mission, right? You don't get to see that in the movie. You get to play that in the game.
Okay.
So I thought that was a really cool way how the Wachowskis, because those guys also love video games.
So basically it's plugging you into the game.
Yes. So that way, like, oh, I don't get to see this part in the movie. Well, you don't have to. We made the video game part for you.
Yeah.
I thought that was the thing.
It's basically, hey, you didn't get enough at the movie theater. Here you go.
Yeah, because you know what? You don't have to watch this part, but if you want to, right, you can actually play through it.
Yeah, well, I mean that's pretty good for the hardcore fans.
It was. It's not only hardcore fans, right? But like I was thinking, I
Well,
didn't
I
even play
mean
it, but
that's the problem. Like, we got to say hardcore fans because I mean I know there's people that love this movie
yes.
and they love the next movie. Me, personally, I like the movie, but I'm not. I'm not a hardcore fan.
No.
I have no interest in playing the video game, seeing the other.
Oh, I'm not talking about like the interest of playing the
that.
video game. Right? I just thought it was very innovative at that time to. Really
I think it's very innovative too, but I also think
it's optional.
I think it's a very good service for the people who love the game and
yes.
the movie.
And then other people trying to do it, but they didn't do it.
Because it's like Marvel's to me. I mean, you give me a Marvel game, yes. As long as it ties into the Marvel universe, I'm very interested.
Yes, exactly. But then, like, they stopped making video games like that. Have you noticed?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, because I saw the Marvel game.
Because like
Avengers game.
Well, they do an MMO thing, but like back then when Batman Begins came out, there's also was an Xbox game, but it's kind of like playing.
Well, there was a game for Tron too. The
Tron Legacy.
Tron. Yeah, well, the movie's Tron Legacy.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
But yeah, they had a game. I played. It was pretty interesting.
I guess that's what's when like they
try. But it's one of those games. But it's one of those games like, oh, we got to train you to play this game. I'm like, oh. If you got to be trained to play a game, then
so you don't want to do it.
Well, it kind of defeats the interest. But it was actually easier to play because I remember this other game that was kind of reminded me of Tron, but in the real world, it has to play it, and you got to do this whole training deal just to get on the next level.
Oh yeah, so
I forgot what the game was. It was when
a lot of games are like that.
I was like, okay.
You gotta go to the tutorial first before.
I am sorry that I bought this game. I'm so sorry I bought this game because I mean, if I'm gonna have to study and learn.
What? Oh wait, I want to get back to my point about that kid, right? Because after that, they did a very Star Wars things for me. Because remember like when that kid go and then they were
I don't remember anybody getting their hand cut off. So.
Oh well, you only referencing one Star Wars reference.
I know but that's the reference everybody puts in the movie.
But I like the part where like they got to their floor or wherever they're going, right? And then all these people start treating Neo like some kind of Jesus or God. Like they were giving him offerings, right?
Yeah.
And then they had a conversation.
Well, he's like the Messiah.
Yes, like the Messiah. So I like it when they say like I need you, and then like Trinity says I know. I was like, holy crap, that's very Star Wars for me right there. That's what I stopped and like I need you to write this down. I need you.
All right, yeah.
Very Star Wars.
Yep,
exactly. See. Sometimes I don't think about the cutting the hand off thing as a very Star Wars moment.
I don't think it is either, but they keep doing it in every Marvel thing. I'm tired of getting people getting their hands cut off for a reference to Star Wars.
I can't remember who got the hand cut off.
Oh, Agent Coulson got his hand cut off in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that.
Then Matt got his hand cut off in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And Claws, right? Ulysses Claw got his
hand cut off. So it's like,
man, cutting hands off is a pretty big deal, right?
I mean, because if that's true, then the Taliban would be doing Star Wars every day.
That's messed up.
Very messed up.
Oh, you know what I thought I saw in this movie? I even wrote down like, to me, right? I don't know if special effects or it was actual like a matte painting on some of the shots they did. Like when they show like a massive scene and people like maybe this small on the screen. I was
it could be either. At that time, it would probably be a painting on.
Because it looks really good.
Because I think at that time there'd still be matte painting.
There was at least like 5 shots.
Oh yeah, by that time, by the end of the century, man, matte paintings were excellent. Sometimes it was a computer would take the matte and stick it on there, and it cuts out everything just perfect.
Yeah,
and inserts the stuff in.
It looks really good.
Because you remember the old one when Star Wars did, you had to use a matte painting, and film it, and then you had to take your film to action, and you had to synchronize them. You almost had to put the 2 stills of film. So of course you got a piece of film sitting over the top of your other action.
Yes,
which hurts things. Here you don't have that problem.
You know what I really like about this? When everybody at Zion, I like that party that they have. It's like
the raid. They have a giant raid underground.
Yeah, and I'm like, are the machines not picking up? Like, whoa, there's some kind of noise going on over here. Let's check it out.
The way I see it, I guess if the bugs are digging to the ground, they're going to Zion anyways.
Yeah,
they're like whatever.
Oh, okay. So you like forget it. Let's
we're making so much noise. You'll think there's so many people down here. You'll need some more bugs to kill all of them. I mean, it's not like one of those things where, shh, you gotta be quiet so they don't know where we're at. I'm like, apparently Zion's huge, so you can't miss it if you're down in the earth.
You know what I thought was
I
really
mean,
cool?
it made that assumption. It made it seem like that the boat didn't know where they were, but apparently they did.
So I want to go back to Smith now, because you said Smith was a virus before, and that's how he was able to
Well, I
duplicate
mean,
himself.
I don't
right?
know he's a virus.
I mean, no,
but,
I know. I treat like the keyword is
I
he's
mean,
kind of like a virus.
the whole point of the show was to showcase rogue programs.
Yes.
But it's basically like when you know how you've worked at somewhere that's got a system. They built their own system. They always have the legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's actually you always have these little glitches or something in the system, or keys that don't work,
Yes.
or something that doesn't go anywhere, or something that's in there, a program you don't.
Yeah, they kind of explain that. Yeah.
It's because people. Yeah, it's because the Matrix. Eventually, find out the Matrix has been built 6 times now.
Yes.
The problem is they're probably building on top of a program because that's the problem. You know, some companies don't want to pay all that money.
When they have the groundwork.
I know.
Already done,
Even
yeah.
me and you both worked at a company that had a system that had a bunch of stuff in it that was there from another system that they just wrote on top of it. Or
Yeah,
they
they don't want to start from the bottom up again.
Yeah.
They don't want to keep rebuilding.
They just keep building on
They
top
just
of it. So,
redesigned it.
so
That's
it's like being in a building, and then one day you find this doorway. You open it up. Oh, this goes to the basement.
Oh my god, it's kind of like those houses people find like, hey, what is this? And then they remodeled it. They find out like someone put a floor over a jacuzzi.
Or you open a door, and it's a brick wall. Oh, there used to be a room, and then they tore it off.
Yeah, they tore it. Or they try to cover it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. No, see, I think I like this because like now I'm paying attention to like the things we see like in the companies like that.
And that's the thing is, as the Matrix was built and grows and redesigns itself, some programs got lost. You know, they just kind of ran away and did their own thing. But you got to remember, every program in here is AI, and they got to make the Matrix is programmed by AI. As in our world, the programmer of a system when you play a video game or something, human. So in order to talk to the programmer of a game, let's say we're playing the Matrix game, in order to talk to the programmer of the game, we have to actually get in this physical car and drive to his physical house and physically sit down and drink physical whiskey and talk to this guy. But in the game world, you would have to go into the Matrix or somewhere in the Matrix.
So the role programs were Oracle, Seraph, the Keymaster, the Melvovengian.
Yeah, the French dude.
They're the French dude. Well, we call him the French dude, but he's a role program too.
Yeah, but he's a French dude program.
Oh, French dude program. Okay, I heard you point that out. Well, he's not French. It's just because he likes speaking French the most. Remember?
The name is the name of the kings that used to be the rule over France before.
Oh yeah, Melvovengian.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, I think that's why he chased him.
We're going to go back to French.
Okay, yeah, the French.
That's why he spoke French.
Frenchie's the one.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew. So.
I agree. I'm going to start calling him that now. I don't like saying Melvovengian.
So Pepe.
Pepe Le Pew over here.
Okay, and that's what they are. They're just programs. There's apparently tons of programs.
You know what? That's a
Smith,
very fitting name. I want to say.
Smith must have broke loose and now is a rogue program.
I like how he's the only one that can duplicate himself. That's why I want to apply the virus thing.
So yeah, maybe he is a virus.
Yeah.
Because he is kind of damaging the system. I mean, because they other agents to go get him.
Yes.
But again, all programs, the agents, the agents are basically like guys you see in Tron that go around finding all those programs and have to get that little spaceship to pick them up, carry them somewhere else, so they can make them fight in games.
I like that when Smith overtook Bane's body and he was able to enter the real world. But like,
did he enter the real world? I don't remember him actually entering the real. Well, that's the thing. Confusing. Maybe he just got into the ship's systems and destroyed it.
So you don't think? I thought when he was in Bane, like that was Smith.
We never saw him.
Bane.
We didn't ever see him. We didn't ever see him get up out of the chair, did we?
No, they never showed that. What happened was like right before.
He just covers up the body and goes in the phone.
Wait, hold on. What?
Because gets in the guy's body, right?
Right. He duplicated himself into that guy,
and then he answers the phone.
And he picked up the phone. Yeah, answered the phone.
Yeah,
they never showed the other side.
Exactly. So basically, he may just went in there. We don't know he took over that body.
I don't know if he took over the body, but like something is off with this guy.
But he probably uploaded. Well, the guy survived.
Wait, yeah, he survived, right? He tried to kill Neo.
Oh, I forgot that. I didn't.
Yeah, right before they trying to go to see the
Okay.
Oracle. He trying
Well,
to
maybe
kill
he
him.
did. Maybe he did rewrite his programming in his head.
Oh, that's crazy because it's a live
Maybe he
person.
is now. Yeah, maybe he is.
Because you know I also like they kind of pick an actor, right? They kind of look kind of like Hugo Weaving in a way, like the body like the
Yeah, yeah.
facial structure. And I was like, what the heck is it?
Okay,
His
that makes
cousin or
sense.
something?
For some reason, I don't know why I missed that part. I must have fell asleep while I was watching.
Well, this obviously since the first movie was longer, right? This was shorter. It was
Yeah,
easier to watch. First of all, like your thing is like, oh, they didn't have as much dialogue in this one.
I
Not as
guess.
much.
I mean, I actually didn't find this easier to watch than the first one.
I think it was
I
just
found that,
shorter.
I guess I found the first one more enjoyable, so it was easier
Oh,
to
the
watch.
first one
This
was
one
still more enjoyable.
This one's like,
If they could have put the action fight scenes in that first one, it would make the first Matrix
yeah,
even
the
better.
first one, but the first one still beats the second one.
Oh, the first one's stupid. The second one, yes,
There's just something. It was just the way that it's filmed
the
and
first
shot.
one stand
The
alone
first
by
one
itself
seemed
really great.
exactly. It stands better. The second one seems like they were in a hurry.
Yeah, it's a lot of information in a hurry.
Yeah, they're in a hurry. It just didn't. It didn't have quality.
It didn't have a what flaw?
The quality.
Oh, the quality.
Yeah, it didn't have the quality the first one had.
No, because like in the first one, we're just wanting some answers, and this one they're trying to provide them.
Yeah.
I said they tried. They didn't provide them. They tried to provide them because after this one, I'm like, okay, now I just have more questions.
Yeah.
It's just-
Oh, I got a question. It just gave me. I just got popped up in a question.
Yeah.
This is the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Why are you playing Mario Bros in the background?
Oh, because I just want something old school. Because you know what I did this week? I put the coin doors in. Like the coin doors don't work, right?
Oh.
But like the buttons do.
Cool.
Before it just say Street Fighter, I was like, oh, I want to put some old school game on it, so I just put Mario Brothers. There's no Matrix arcade game back in the 80s or 90s. So like, I had a hard time picking which game I want to display in the background.
This could represent the Matrix in a way. I mean, there's pipes and stuff, and you go down pipes, you go to other worlds. And he's going from the Matrix. He goes from the Matrix to the real world.
I like how you connect that. I'm showing Mario Brothers to you, by the way, people who are listening.
Trying. Yeah.
Yes.
And Luigi is Neo.
Oh, because everything is green, yes.
And
too bad they're Italian, not French. My son
but there's
asked
only
me,
one French guy. There's only one French guy.
So my son asked me the other day, like, how do you guys know Mario is Italian? I'm like, I have no idea.
Well, we don't know.
It never say in the instruction booklet like, hey,
You're
Mario's
right.
Italian.
We actually don't know Mario.
We don't. We just say he's Italian.
The problem was we think he's Italian because of the old voices and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like
he had Italian accent. I guess that's going to change with Chris Pratt now. Especially since he's going to be Garfield too. I'm like, dude, slow down.
I know, right? Garfield and Mario.
Because I would get sick of hearing hear you talk.
I don't.
I know.
I don't get sick of Chris Pratt right now. I don't.
Right now.
I can't wait to see the Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
You eventually will.
I can't wait to see how they make Animal War because they pick an actor that I'm familiar with, but like, really? This guy?
I remember.
It's kind of like.
I remember when Christian Bale was the number one.
Yes. Oh, Christian Bale's still number one. I still like him a lot.
You sure?
I can't wait to see.
Sound like it. Sounds like a.
I can't have more than one main crush at a time. Okay.
Okay, good for you.
Okay, just letting you know. Just throwing that out there.
I can't have any.
Christian Bale. There's still Brad Pitt. I still like a lot, and
well, that's because Fight Club.
Well, yeah, because of Fight Club.
Hey, what if they redid Fight Club with Chris Pratt and Christian Bale?
Oh my God. Well, Christian Bale's kind of old, so they both kind of old for that movie.
Hey, it's Fight Club. It's not like because at the end of the movie we find out it wasn't ever real fighting anyway. So who cares? Hey, come on, he was beating himself. So who cares how old he was? I mean, you could punch yourself in the face when you're like 70.
Oh, I want to get back to the Reloaded.
Like it's Squid Game or anything.
You know what's really funny? I put it was when I was talking about Smith taking over Bane's body, right? I put down here when Bane says, "Oh God," and then Smith said, "No, Smith will suffice."
Yeah. You know the funny thing is, what that line makes me think of?
What?
Lost in Space.
Oh, I don't remember Lost in Space. Explain.
Because Dr. Smith is the doctor, and every time somebody says something, he says, "Oh, you should say like Smith or something Smith enough or something this."
Oh, and he's like,
Because he thought himself was so great. Yeah, he thought he was so great. Because his line was "Never fear, Smith is here." And the thing is, the guy was a wuss and he runs away.
How did you like they show more of the councilman this time? Like this whole.
It was interesting. I didn't know the councilman was Angelina Jolie's dad, but that's cool.
Was that really?
Wasn't that him? Oh, I bet you it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Who was that actor?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's the guy who played Teaspoon in Young Guns.
Oh, okay.
That's who it was. I don't know why it was
Anthony Survey?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it Anthony Zerbe? I think Anthony something else.
Yeah, Anthony. Well, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Starts with a Z though. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's him. Yes, that's who he was. Him, I got a long time. Yeah, I remember he was in Young Guns.
Because he had a pretty big role in this.
The TV
series, yeah. But he talks to Neo.
Yes, he did. Well, he also he makes the biggest point. He also actually tells you the thing, or actually gives Neo say to the tech.
Wait, say that again. You cut in and out.
Okay. He pretty much okay, I don't know how to say this, but he pretty much sets up the end. You know, when Neo goes to see the architect?
Oh, yes.
He basically tells him with the architect how the architect is lying to her.
How'd you see the architect's what?
Lying to him. Because remember, he goes, "Hey, would you like to go take a walk with me? We go down the machinery level." So they go down the machinery level. Remember, he all the machines. He goes, "All the machines. I don't know what they do."
Yep. That one makes water. That one does this. Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, I know what their function is to a point, and I know that I need them.
Yes.
But I don't really know how they work.
He also said that line here. I put down like I like that. No one care how it works as long as it works.
Yeah, I like it, but it also tells him, he kind of goes like this. He goes, "Well, what if we just turn all this off?"
Yeah, because they do.
Then of course it's like, well, then we can't survive. And he goes, "Exactly."
And we need them.
Yeah, we need them. So at the very end, when he goes to visit the architect's telling him pretty much that he's going to wipe him out. He's going to wipe all of them out, you know?
Oh, right.
He gets in that choice, and then Neo realizes it's like, wait, you can't wipe us out because you need us.
Yes, you need us, yes.
Because we're the machines that don't know how they work.
No, I would like...
Because that's the thing. That's the point of the movie is they're using humans. They're building the Matrix.
But they're trying to use for power.
They're trying to use what they understand. Yeah, they need the power for humans, but they're trying to build a Matrix based on what they understand the human. The problem is they don't know how humans work.
They just know that it works. That's all they care
Exactly.
about.
They just know it works.
I
don't
also
know
like
how
this line so much because it reflects in real life so much, right? Like, hey, I don't care how it works. Like the green light, like something stops a traffic light. Oh, it works, right? It's great. But once it's down, right? People are like, "What the heck's going on? Like, why is this not working? Isn't it supposed to be like this?"
But that's the thing. Some people don't. I mean, I know how. I'm interested in how everything works.
Yeah, I am too. Actually,
if the light doesn't work, I actually know how to go fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
My car's not going to start. I know what to go do to get it to go.
You know what's really funny? So I told you
I told it don't work. I know how to.
I told you that I was remodeling this, right? I upgrade all the buttons and things and like that. So what I did is on the back of my arcade, I had a power strip. Instead of the plug, I cut it, right? Because there's a board behind it. I was using one of those 3-prong things that you plug in the back of the computer.
Yeah.
So I modded to that, and I had it hooked up and everything. And I accidentally whipped it out, so all the wires came off, right? So like, shoot. I forgot which wire goes to what. There was a blue, a yellow, and a red wire. But the power cord has a green, black, and a white. I'm like, why can't they make this simpler for me, okay? So I try to look on the internet to see, like, okay, which one is hot, like the white one and the red one, and which one is ground, so I can at least match those up, right? Apparently I did it wrong, okay? So what happened on Thursday, I thought I wired it correctly. I had it plugged back in, right? I turned this thing back on, and I tripped the breaker of this room. Everything turned off. I was like, crap!
And you're lucky you didn't burn up something.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know which wire I had to connect correctly, and I'm like, I didn't care how it works as long as it works. But then when it doesn't work, right, I'm like, man, where the hell did I mess up at?
Yeah, well, your white and your white go together.
Yeah. Well, there was no white. It was yellow, blue, and red
Oh, okay.
on one side, and the other one's black, white, and green.
Green is ground.
Yeah.
White is common.
Yeah. But then I couldn't tell the other
And
one.
black is hot.
Yeah, black is hot,
Yeah.
but it didn't tell me what the
Well,
other.
red is usually hot on the other side.
Yeah. So yeah,
And-
it was very funny.
Well, yeah.
So
That was there.
Yeah, I swapped it out, so forget it.
Hey, you got it. Now you have it. You know which wire does it now.
Yeah, you said. Well, hold on. I'm gonna actually write this down.
Yeah, we can write it down later.
Yeah, I can write it down later.
Oh, I just see why you couldn't find that on the internet. It should have been on the internet.
I think I tried, but I think I was just trying to be in a hurry.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Because the other ones, because the white, the black, the white, and the green is common household wiring.
Yeah, common house wiring. Yeah, because on
The other
power
wiring
strip.
is whoever built the board or whatever's inside there,
Yes.
and that's just some odd crap.
Yep. It's just odd.
Because actually, that's not American standard color.
Oh, okay. Then I'll show you later. Okay, you know what? I'm so glad you pointed out that in the Matrix thing. The councilman, it ties into the architect's
Yeah,
communication.
the architect, the councilman is the wise men.
Yes.
Because so far we've seen nothing but programs that are wiser than. Turns out this guy's a wise man for his people.
Yes.
Even though he's not a messiah or anything like Neo, but he is actually the wise man.
Yeah, because he even told Neo, like, I don't even know how you work. Like, I don't even understand how you are able to do the
Yeah, I
things
don't
that
understand
we
how
do.
this does. And then we don't understand it because that's because at the end of the movie, it's got me thinking because I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen the third one,
Mm-hmm.
and I could be wrong, but it just made me think after Neo gets off the Nebuchadnezzar and it gets
Yeah.
blown up,
Oh, that's
all
why
of
the ship
those
gets blown
plugs
up.
are coming out and he stops.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. So, before we
Wait,
get to
you
the
know
end,
what I
right?
thought as soon as he thought he did that? You know what I was thinking?
What?
Maybe they're all in another Matrix.
Oh. The Matrix kind of like the 13th floor.
Yep. They're in another Matrix.
You know what? I don't remember the
So
third
there's-
one either, so
so
we'll
there's-
find out
there's-
next week.
So they're a machine. The Matrix is a machine in another Matrix.
Right, because what happens... Well, before we talk about the end, right, I want to talk about the Pepe Le Pew scene.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that was a pretty good fight scene.
That was a pretty good
Long
fight scene, right? Because,
It did went a little bit longer than I thought it needed to.
it did. Well, before we even talk about the fight scenes of that, we haven't talked about the Oracle yet. Because, like, all this time, we're waiting for a sign from the Oracle, like, a
Yeah,
message.
yeah, that's the whole point. That's the reason they don't want to go back to Zion because they
Yes.
don't see Oracle because they're obsessed with the Oracle.
They all, well, only Morpheus is.
Yeah, but Neo is kind of a little bit because but he doesn't trust the Oracle because remember he asked her, "Hey, how can I trust you?" She said, "Well, you can't,
Yeah, you can.
but you gotta have faith."
I like that. The faith thing, and, like, you already know the choice that you made, right? But now that
Yeah.
you're here, you're trying to understand why you made that choice.
Yeah, but the problem is the most likely the machine uses an algorithm to understand how they're going to react, anyways. Within
Oh, that's what Oracle is, yes.
it's like if a machine does like if I build a program and you're playing along and then it comes up to the highway, I'm pretty much going to know what highway you're going to take because I keep pressing you down to go to a certain point. Because all
like
games
a
are like that.
GPS.
Yeah, because games are like that. Because if the game let you do whatever you want, you get to go in the house, you can't, and you're going to upset on the game.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
so
not
basically,
programmed that way.
because like a lot of times you'll see a path you want to go down, but you can't because there's a zombie there or there's an enemy soldier there shooting at you in the game. So you have to go down the other path. The problem is, so the machine can act like it knows what path you're going, but you going down the path, the only choice you actually have.
Unless, you kind of like creating a glitch in
basically, a lot of things that Neo's doing is the only path he ever had inside the Matrix anyway.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So, and it kind of like goes against what he said in the first one. He doesn't let you be controlled, but in a way he is, but he just doesn't know.
In a
it.
way, but of course he flies Superman in this game, in this program now.
I like that. How come he could fly like Superman? Let's talk about that. So in the Matrix,
Because he controls the Matrix.
he can control the Matrix.
Because basically the Matrix is,
Yes.
I'm saying, everybody in the Matrix is sitting in a pod, and they make choices on the things they're given.
Yes.
And some of them aren't even making choices because it seems like, let's say you want a high end job in the Matrix,
Mhm.
but you don't get one. You got to work. You got to go work this. You got to go work like a Walmart or something.
Yeah.
The only reason you're walking in a Walmart because you go apply at the high end job, turn down. You need some money. All of a sudden, this bill comes up. You got to pay. You got to get a job, so you got to work at Walmart. So basically, they railroaded you here, so they control you. So you thought you the choice to try to go do this and try to do this, and this unfortunate somebody got sick in your family, you pay for it. They didn't really get sick in your family. The machines made them sick, so you will have to go get this job.
Oh, that's really good.
The problem is, in life, sometimes we're pushed a certain direction. The problem is sometimes to figure out if it's wrong, you got to challenge it. I mean, that's why people act out in real life. That's why there's criminals. That's why there's prisons. But that's the thing, though. No, that's the thing, though. If this can't happen, then apparently you can't make any choice the choice they want you to.
Yeah, that's true.
As long as you got all this stuff in your real world, then it must be making your own decisions.
Yes.
Because who intentionally makes a bad, crappy decision?
Yeah. Wow.
There are people that do make decisions thinking that's the only decision they had. I mean, that's a lot of people think that they have a narrow view of the world. Yes. There's more. That's the problem is most people think there's two. I keep saying the fork in the road or something, but the problem is think about it. There's really never ever a fork in the road.
I was going to say the same thing.
Especially if you're in a 4-wheel drive vehicle, then you go left, right, straight down the middle, anywhere you want to. Turn around and go back up the road.
So this one is always about Neo making choices, right? The last one is about saving Morpheus, and this one is about saving Trinity.
I mean, this is a movie, and it's all about choices, and it's trying to find that. Oh, you got to make the choices. You're being controlled in the system.
Wow.
That he realized it's like taking the pill.
Yes.
The pill, he's not really getting a pill, so all he does is concentrate that he wants to wake up, so he wakes up
and makes up.
So in the Matrix, he decides, I want to fly, so I'm going to fly. I want to fight, I can fight.
Oh, that's right, because Neo understands it better. That was making him the one. Yeah. Technically, anybody can do that. Their mind is not as strong.
Anybody in the game could do it, because like they even explained that it's like the new thing I like about this movie is they go, people think they see ghosts, werewolves, all these stories. They're all rogue programs doing stuff outside the game. It's like when we used to play. It's like when we play NES. You have that program that you have all the programs. They'll go up to the wall and they'll come back. They'll go up the wall. Then you have for some reason you get near it and there's a program that goes through the wall.
Yeah.
In the game, there's a glitch there.
There's a glitch because some programmer didn't do his job.
Yeah, or you have the program that's like half a level. He's moving back for half a level. If you turn the game off, he's back corrected. But like, I can't ever get over this guy.
So I do like that. It's kind of like Star Wars, right? Like not the Force is not owned by the Skywalker family. They kind of show like that other people can have the Force too.
Yeah, everybody in this world.
If anybody have a strong mind like Neo, then they could do the same things that Neo can do.
Exactly. And some people probably find themselves doing strange things. But it's probably because they're overthrough it, and then it comes back.
I guess in a way, Neo is the smartest one. Well, not like strongest mind one.
I would say the strongest minded person.
Yeah.
But of course, the architect tells him there were 6 of them. So.
That's right. Yeah, I started counting them.
But again, the architect may be lying to him.
Yeah. He would say anything. Yep.
Because for all we know, that maybe there was other generations of Neos. That might have been his dad, his brothers or something.
All right, let's talk about Pepe Le Pew.
Okay.
So so the Oracle, we go see the Melville.
Yeah, it's a program. Right? It's a program that became a gangster with inside.
Yes. So I was thinking, like, if he's a gangster, right? Why did he even need to program himself a wife?
Well, she's probably a rogue program he picked up.
Oh.
Yes, he didn't create her. Like all those bad guys he's got, he didn't create them.
Oh, they were already there. They just followed
rogue
this
programs
one.
he picked up. Yeah, basically it'd be. And like Tron with Clue picking up all these people and soldiers and stuff.
They just listened to him.
Yep, they just listened to him. So he's the leader. They didn't have anywhere to go. The problem is they're probably being hunted by the agents who need to delete those programs so they don't jam up the Matrix. So he gathers them all up in a little group, gives them knives, razor blades, and the Ghost Brothers, and then
the Ghost Twins.
Yeah, Billy Manilli. That's who they were.
Yeah, Billy Manilli. But people had a problem back then because they looked albino and they were like hating on it. I'm like, really? That's what you go to? Like, it didn't look albino to me. It's just because, like, do you understand this movie? Like, they're computer programs, right? Like, they just look that way. They turn in
ghosts that look like jellyfish, okay? So,
yeah.
I mean, if you want to gripe about something, gripe about the fact they turn into jellyfish, okay?
And how impressive was these two twins fighting also?
It was pretty impressive.
It was very impressive. It was like, hey, you guys never acted in your life, right? Okay, so this is what's going to happen. You guys going to train for 6 months? Like, what? Like, It's kind of funny. I think my sister and my brother-in-law told me about the Legend of the Iron Fist, right? On the Netflix show. When they picked that actor, he didn't know kung fu either. They give him 2 weeks to train, and they try to.
And that's the first. It's the movie, right?
No, the first one, Iron Fist.
Yeah, Iron Fist.
The guy who played Danny Rand, he didn't have any martial arts training.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Prior to season 1, that's why they didn't have a lot of fight sequences.
Okay.
And I guess the same thing happened to this one. Like, okay, Matrix Reloaded, we have a lot more time this one, so you can get all your training in.
I'm sorry, everybody else had like a year worth of training, but you're gonna have to catch up really quick.
You have 2 weeks.
We wish we could plug you up to the Matrix and train you.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So yeah, that's why this guy's all these thugs and stuff. Unless his wife is just some program. That's why she's probably a different program. That's why she wanted to know something.
To feel real too, actually.
Yeah, because apparently this guy was a programmer that programmed before he became gangster. Was probably the feelings programmer.
Yeah.
Because you remember he makes that lady eat cake and she's like, "Oh wow, this is the greatest cake I ever ate. I gotta go to the restaurant."
Oh, I like that. I finally, I didn't get it the first time. Like, he tricked that lady into the bathroom so he get a BJ from
so
that same lady.
So he can go see her. So
he timed that perfectly.
So basically, he can write program, or he could probably influence the programs, and he could also influence people by programming their minds into feeling stuff.
Yes.
Because you got to remember, everybody is programmed in the Matrix. That's probably why Agent Smith was able to affect that guy in the real world. Because you got to think they're affecting those people in a way inside there. Because
inside the Matrix,
because think while you're plugged into the Matrix, you feel whatever you feel in the Matrix, and you can even die. So of course, Agent Smith would be able to get into his head.
Yes, got into his head and got into the Scion, I guess, the real world.
Probably damage something within his head.
Man.
Or put a memory in there, or put a command in there.
I had to.
Because I mean, come on. The thing, if we're able to jack into the computer system, what if AI does reprogram you? Because it's like, well, humans are the problem, so I'm going to program you to never use paper, never drink milk, and don't eat beef, or something like.
Yeah, something like.
Or somebody, or the government, or the government.
Way,
yeah, yeah, because like China jacks everybody into the deal, and whatever's short.
Well, they do that anyways, yeah.
But whatever's short. They make you not use it. That way they don't have a shortage.
Oh.
It's like, don't drive on this highway today. So we can use it for
interesting.
Something else.
So, you know what I did? I actually Googled what he said in French. It's just a whole bunch of cuss words.
Yeah, I already know that. It's just, he didn't really say anything. It's just a string of words that didn't mean anything.
Yeah, he just to prove his time. I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, he just threw a little French temper tantrum.
Yes.
Pepe Le Pew never talked like that on other Warner Brothers shows. which was funny because Pepe Le Pew is Warner Brothers.
Yeah. You know, I thought it was really cool when they went to the when Sarah took Neo to the back door the first time. I thought it was like a really good representation visually to see like, oh, these are the back door from computer systems.
Yeah.
Because they kind of point out like, oh my god, where did they go?
Well, it's basically it's a corridor.
Yeah, it's a corridor.
But it's a corridor. It's like Disneyland. To get around Disneyland for the workers, they have underground tunnels, so they just go down to them. Yep. Get there, pop back out, in Raleigh. It's just
it's
so basically
pretty cool.
So basically Disneyland is the Matrix. And
probably
and the janitors with the keys, they're the key man.
Don't say Disneyland. Disney World is its own Matrix because it's in a different world, We're Disney World.
What are you saying about Disneyland, dude?
I'm saying like we had this.
Don't be hating on. Hey,
Disney World is better. Okay.
You been to Disneyland?
I don't have to. The saying is, "You rock my world, not you rock my land."
Oh, this is gonna be.
Right?
I'd argue more. You got a point there.
Yeah, you rock my world. You don't rock my land. Come on.
Yep. You got your foot right on my chest.
I remember saying that to you probably 15 years ago now.
Oh, because I didn't listen to you because of you're all a bunch of crap.
You gotta remember.
Did you go to Disney World?
When I was maybe 12.
Okay, we don't need to talk about it. So you went. All right.
Oh, I went to Disney World. Yeah.
I went to Disneyland. Okay.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that too. That's why I said Disney World was.
And it was the happiest place on earth.
Oh, it's awesome. Can you imagine now? Like now it's even better, right? With Marvel and Star Wars in there. because like Disney has their own Carnival cruise, right?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that.
Like I told, I was telling Heather like, hey, wouldn't it be cool in a few years they have a cruise completely dedicated to Star Wars or the Marvel universe? How cool would that be?
Wouldn't be very cool because I'm not getting on the cruise ship.
I mean, like she asked me too, like, because I don't like ships either. She was like, really? You really want to go on the ship? Like, well, I think it's a cool
I don't
idea.
have a problem with ships. I don't have a problem with ships. Somebody says, hey, Shane, you're going to go on a ship. What kind of ship do you want to get on? I'd go a very expensive private yacht or an aircraft carrier because I'm not getting on the cruise ship because I see the crap that goes on the cruise ship.
Oh, I don't know.
I want to make it to my location. People fall off. People fall overboard.
Things like that. Okay.
People dying. Oh, yeah, that time that cruise ships tipped over. The Titanic was a cruise ship. It sank. I mean,
you're naming like very specific events. There's a lot more. Like the statistics are very low, right? Like it sounds like
they are, but
2%.
Unless there's a war, you're gonna make it in the aircraft.
Oh, okay, all right. So let's get off cruise
ships.
Yeah,
fighter planes, bombs, missiles, a whole bunch of aircraft and other ships protecting it.
Okay, where were we? They got the Keymaster.
Oh yeah, Keymaster.
Every time they say Keymaster, right? I think about Ghostbusters.
Yeah. You want to ask him? Does he work for Gozer?
Doesn't it? Even the first time I heard the Keymaster, like the Ghostbusters.
Well, how do we know? The whole movie, you know what he was looking for? Gatekeeper.
Yeah, the gatekeeper. It feels like Pepe Le Pew was a gatekeeper, right? And then he has a Keymaster.
Are you the Keymaster? No.
No, I'm a friend of the Keymaster.
I'm a friend of the Keymaster.
Oh, you know what's really cool? So this had to do with Ghostbusters.
Oh, it's right? Neo.
What? Oh, yeah.
Friend of the Keymaster.
My son was asking me. No, he actually asked me like, "Hey, Daddy, you remember like when we watched Ghostbusters? Like that guy went to that lady's apartment and he was able to find a ghost in the refrigerator." I was like, "Holy crap! We saw that last year on Halloween. He still remembers that." And he remembered like Venkman saying like,
"Why wouldn't he? I mean, come on, me and you remembered it."
Yeah, you're right. He's not. He was ace right there. He was
Ghostbusters
like,
that's why probably Ghostbusters. We were wondering why it was so great. There were a lot of other movies. They were so impressionable.
It was because he asked me like, he looked in the fridge and asked her like, "I can't believe, do you really eat this stuff?" I was like,
basically, he was us a long time ago.
Yes, he's like, "Do you really eat this stuff?" Yes.
I'm so happy to hear that. It warms my heart that you got the next generation started out.
Me
right.
too. When he told me that tonight, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And like, we watched that movie a year ago. You still remember?
Basically, when he tells you Star Wars 9 sucks, then we know he's on the wrong track.
So we'll see what happens. We're all going to see Aftermath. Like, I guess is it this week?
Afterlife.
Afterlife. Yeah, Afterlife. Yeah, thank you. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you going to see Ghostbusters 2 before then?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't really need to see it.
Yeah, I don't think really need to see it.
Yeah, you don't really see it.
I was thinking about that. Like, no.
I watched it on Halloween.
Oh yeah.
It was good. I mean, it's Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah.
But I was like, it's almost a little different from the first movie. So.
Well, we gotta save it for the next show.
Yeah, we gotta save it for another show.
Yep, because I do want to rewatch it and we gotta talk about it.
Oh, we're gonna rewatch it.
Yep.
Watch it like 20 times. We gotta get this stuff right.
Yeah, we do.
Because I'll just watch this movie once.
So let's talk about the highway scene. You said you didn't like it because the action was over the top.
No, okay, it was good, but it just went on too long.
Oh, the action scene was too long.
It's like, oh, we gotta show you this. We gotta show you these cars get wrecked. Okay, and then you're like, yeah, that was good. And then we're gonna show you these cars. And that's good. And we gotta talk. I'm like, okay, I got the point.
That was a long highway chase scene.
Oh, it was long. It was so long. I was getting like tired of it. I was like, come on, just hurry up the highway. Because even when I'm driving the highway, it's not that interesting.
But no, not like that.
The problem is like they'll wreck this cars and then wreck some more cars and then wrecked it and it's even bigger. I was like, okay.
You know what? It was a long sequence, right?
The only way the ability to get next is like to fly to the moon on the highway cars. Okay, I was like, I mean, come on.
Because most of the chase scene was against like
exactly.
the Keymaster versus the twins.
I'm like, I'm not watching Fast and the Furious, dude. I'm watching Matrix. Like, get back to the Matrix. Sure.
And then, just when you thought, like, is it over yet? Then they brought the agents in.
Yeah. I was like, goodness gracious.
It was already long enough before the agents came in.
Yeah. And this whole thing was you're sitting there thinking, man, I wish Jada Pinkett Smith would hurry up and show up and get Murphy out of that truck because I'm tired of watching this crap.
What did you think about the Because we never seen the agents fight the twins. What do you think will win?
I don't know, because they're a program that. I mean, how? Because I mean, they're a bad program they need to get rid of. But how can they go get rid of this program? Because they could phase in and out.
Yeah, how did they do that? Like, they can't kill
You know
them.
how they could do it? The only way they could do it is to create Ghostbusters within the Matrix.
So did the twins die in the highway when the thing blew up?
I don't think they did.
Oh.
No way. I don't think they got killed on the highway. Because if anything going through them couldn't kill them, shooting them couldn't. Why would an explosion kill them?
So
Yeah, why fire kill them? I mean, they weren't witches; they were ghosts.
Are they really ghosts? Is that what they were? When they
They were
phased in and
ghosts.
out?
They're what we would call ghosts.
Oh.
That's what they were. Whenever he mentions them, they see ghosts, werewolves, and so forth. They're rogue programs. He gathered those programs up.
Okay.
So ghosts would be programs together.
So we'll
up.
see. So like you haven't seen the third
Matrix,
one, right? And I don't remember the third one. So we'll see if the twins come back, and we'll see this is the Matrix within the Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know Monica Mussolini comes back, or she comes back.
Did you like her?
The wife.
Yeah, the wife.
First of all, I love her. I love her. She was in James Bond. But the first movie I ever seen her in was Bram Stoker's Dracula. She was one of the brides of Dracula.
That's right. Yes. She was in a movie with Neo before.
She's drinking all Neo's blood out of and keeping her. So that's the first movie I ever seen her. I like her. She's in a lot of movies. She's a pretty good actor. She's an excellent actress.
She was also the oldest Bond girl, right?
She's also, I don't. Maybe
by age.
I think, showing up in film, I think she would be.
Yeah.
I think she was. I can't remember if it was her or somebody else, but she was. I think she is. Yeah. She's old. She was in the Bond girl. Plus, she was in a movie called Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Ooh, okay.
Which, did you see that?
I don't think so.
Man, we got to talk about that. That was actually, it's a French movie, but I mean, I watched it in English subtitles, but they speak a certain different language. It's a great movie.
Well,
yeah, it's an amazing movie. But they got good fighting in it too.
Wow.
Oh yes.
I think you told me about this before, Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Yes.
I remember it was a foreign film.
Yeah, it's a foreign film, but I mean, and I would, at the time when I watched it, I normally wouldn't watch a foreign film, but it's just good. It's so good. It's such a good movie. I watch it several times. Watch it almost every year, and the fight scenes in it are excellent.
And you watch it in French?
No, I actually watch it in English.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can't tell. I mean, I think they actually are speaking English, but it says that they speak French, but it looks like he's speaking English to me.
Oh, okay.
Because I know one of the characters
is really good.
Yeah, because he brings this guy as a Native American. I know he speaks English.
Oh, okay.
Movies, so, and he can fight. And he's actually the Crow in the TV series. So
I forgot her name already. Monica what?
Bussolini.
Bellucci? Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's Bussolini. I think it's Bussolini. I'm sure we're butchering her name, but hey,
we're butchering her name.
We butcher everybody's name. Well, we know she's Italian. We say an Italian name.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm not so good with names. Okay, my cat.
I suck with names. I can't remember people who I've known for a long time. I can't remember half the people I work with names. I think of them other names sometimes.
Oh yeah, she was in Bram Stoker's Dracula. I remember that. Yep.
She's been in a lot of stuff actually.
Oh, she was in Spectre.
Yeah.
Oh, she became the oldest Bond girl in the history of the franchise.
Yeah. And one of the best.
Because she looks gorgeous. That's why.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at this picture of her in 2002.
Yeah, I see all her movies. Okay.
Yes. I see. Yes, definitely.
I'm like, hey, you need to move.
But her scene was really short, right? She probably shot for 1 day.
But she needs more stuff. She'll be in the next movie. She's in the third movie.
Yeah, I remember seeing her in the third one.
Come on, she betrays her husband, so she's a main character.
Yeah,
she's a character once more. She's like the cog in the wheel. Plus, the neat thing is, remember when she goes in there, she shoots that one dude. That other guy's looking at her. She's like, "Hey, just go tell my husband, okay?"
Yeah, you know, he's in the ladies' room.
The neat thing is, you see the pistol she had.
Yeah.
4-shot pistol. It uses 357.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, the neat thing. Here's why I'm pointing out the pistol. Because anybody that's a hardcore fan of Blade Runner knows this pistol. Because this pistol that Han used to kill the first Blade Runner, the first movie, when they're interviewing, he shoots through the table.
Yes.
That's the pistol he's got.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a real pistol, by the way. I mean, it shoots 4 shots. It was dangerous. It's supposed to shoot 1, 2, 3, 4 shots.
Yeah.
It shoots all four at once.
Oh, it
Accident.
does.
Yes, and it will mess you up
Holy crap.
because it uses a bullet big enough mess you up.
Oh,
Four bullets.
interesting.
It's using four. I mean, two of them's enough. It's like I hate you. That gun is that gun is like I'm gonna rip your arm off. I hate you, gun.
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah, the gun is Blade Runner because I remember when she pulled it off. Oh my god, it's Blade Runner.
Did they say what her name was in the Matrix Reloaded?
Yes, but I can't. It starts
Oh,
with a P. I
yeah.
can't pronounce it.
Persephone? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, it sounds like a Greek name.
Yeah.
She's Italian with a Greek name. But hey, since Italians, well, they're not Greek. They're Roman. But...
So the fight scene was pretty good, actually. In the
fight scene was pretty good with him
mansion?
jumping around, running out. Yeah, his
With all the
chateau.
weapons and stuff?
Well, since he's French, we're gonna call it a chateau.
Yeah, Chateau, yes. So I like the part where like they were shooting guns at Neo, right? They didn't know that he had those abilities.
Yeah, they were surprised.
They were surprised, like, okay, you have
well,
some skill.
because the problem the way he sees it, he's human. But remember, he makes him like cussing.
Oh,
see
yeah.
the blood, and then they start fighting. It's like, yeah, we can't beat.
Because like he blocks it, but he blocks it with his hand, the whatever axe thing. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, holy crap!
And he must have lost concentration. That's why it cut him.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because it's only real if you believe it to be.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I was like, why is he bleeding?
Yeah.
Also, like, if Neo is even stronger, he would be undefeatable in the Matrix.
Yeah. He will be undefeatable in the Matrix.
Right.
Because he can control the Matrix. Because he could just start making walls appear where he wants them to.
Kind of like Inception.
Yeah, he can just make anything he wants to appear.
He could be an architect.
He could be an architect. I mean, he'd be the programmer. All of a sudden, he could turn into a programmer.
Now you got me excited to see the third one because now we're going to carry over to, like, they got the Keymaster, they have the master plan, right? Yeah. Now I want to touch down that scene where, like, when he said he can feel them. What is that all about? Like those machines?
Yeah, feel the machine. I don't know. I guess he's more into the Matrix than he realizes.
But your theory was
it also made me think, well, what if it's just he could sense it and he could do all stuff because they're in another Matrix and he can control that one. He can control that Matrix too.
But then he used all of his, I guess, strength, right? He got into a coma when he did that.
Yeah, he got tired.
Wow.
But remember, he also saves. Remember that the biggest thing was the choice because the movie starts off with him seeing a dream that.
Oh yeah, the choice. Trinity dying.
The Trinity dying. Well, they keep saying Trinity dying, but all he was seeing her get shot.
It's his conclusion to his dream.
It's his conclusion. You're right, because it's even pointed out by the Oracle. She's like, so you saw her die, and he's like, no, and you just because basically this deal is. Somebody could explain this in the Minority Report. Remember when he throws the ball and he caught it?
Yeah.
He goes, why'd you do that? Because it would have fell. And he goes, do you know it would have fell?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it would have fell because of gravity.
But you prevent it doesn't mean that it wasn't going to happen.
That's the problem. That's the whole thing with this whole movie. You think something's going to happen, but you're going to do it because that's naturally what happens. If you fall out a window and shot, you're most likely going to die. But the problem is he's in a machine. It's in the Matrix. It doesn't have to end that way. And that's the thing. The problem is you're supposed to think she's going to get killed, but I'm sitting there thinking, nah. Because at the end, he gives them the architect gives them that deal. You can either go this way or you could go that way.
You go that way, you save Scion. You go this way, you only save Trinity.
Or you can't save her. Actually, you couldn't save her. You go that way and everything's because you can't even save her. So he goes out there and he saves her, and he's like,
right. So he for some reason when they show that scene, right, he took that bullet out from her body within the Matrix.
That was crazy.
Is that what's going on?
Well, I guess it was supposed to go into her mind. I guess that she's not going to die.
Right.
It has to, because like this, the thing is, she's laying there dying on the, but there's no bullet.
But he said,
but there's no bullet in there. She thinks there's. Because the problem is the machine must be so powerful it can. You think there's a bullet in it, cause hemorrhaging inside your own body. So that's probably how That's how Smith gets into people and he does damage to them because they think he's in there, so he's in there. It's the guy that's running around doing Smith. He's probably Smith now because.
Bane Smith, yeah.
Well, the problem is most likely because of what you see, your pathways in your brain must be able to be rewritten.
Right. I
mean, of course, I think it is because if you can take training programs, rewrite stuff, he can't use it in the real world, but he can use it in the Matrix. But it's there.
Yeah,
It's
it is
still
there.
there. Yeah, I think because Neo's programmed with it. He unplugged, still got it in there. He can't do it probably. He
Wow.
plugs in, use it again. So the thing is, they're written in there, so Smith can write himself as a program inside somebody's head.
Huh. That's right. That's how.
Yeah,
Now, what that could explain how he got
that would
into the real world.
explain how it's in the real world. Plus, I mean, come on, like talk about Tron. Remember that girl that's a program? She comes in the real world, so I guess it's possible. If
Hmm.
I can do it, Matrix can do it.
No, we didn't talk about like last time because we talked about like how Morpheus picks his crew, right? And now Morpheus
Oh, he has
don't
crude. Yeah,
he hardly have a crew. He has a pilot and just Trinity and Neo.
yeah. What I was like, man, nobody wants to serve this guy. He's crazy. It's either that, or maybe he's decided there's not enough people he can trust with Neo, and
I wouldn't say trust, right? Belief. Like not
yeah.
enough people believe.
Well, it seems like a lot of people believe. Remember when he goes up to his room, all those people are throwing all this stuff in front of his deal,
Yeah.
and a lot of people seem to like Morpheus because remember Morpheus is the one that speaks the deal, and he's the one that gives that giant speech about, hey, let's make them heroes.
Yes.
We beat them all the time, and all those people are cheering. So
Cyan's not
I was like,
afraid, right?
so-
Like, he's standing like this.
So from what I could tell, they're this rock stars. They're the rock stars of human world. So
Yeah.
who wouldn't want to be on a ship?
Yep.
But the problem is so many people get killed on a ship.
And like, oh, we forgot to talk. Like the councilman, he's naturally born there, right? Because he didn't have the stuff in the machine.
I think
stuff.
he was. I think those councilmen probably were all naturally born there.
And I
They
guess
probably
Tank
don't want. They probably don't want anybody. Not.
I can't remember who the
naturally born
pilot
there.
is. He's married to like Dozer and Tank's sister.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name was either.
Yeah, I can't remember his name was.
But I know he
I
was
know
like,
he was in
sir.
Lost.
No, he was yes sir, no sir, yes sir, no sir.
Yeah. Link. How did I
Link.
forget that? It's from
Oh, we should have
Zelda.
known that. Yeah, I know Zelda.
Yeah, I was like Zelda. I was like, remember? Yeah, Link.
Link. Well, I forgot his name too. So
Yeah.
even though I remember when it came on, it was like a Zelda.
I know what. It's always Zelda now, right? Link.
Yeah, yeah. Every time you hear Link, Zelda.
Oh.
So
So how did you like that? Like Neo lies to Morpheus, right? Remember?
did he? No, I don't remember.
Because
I mean, he doesn't tell. He withholds a lot of information.
he
I don't remember
withholds a
him
lot of
lying.
information from Morpheus because like he kind of tell him like because he you would think that Neo would have picked the door. What I put. The right door leads to the source and the salvation of Zion. The left door leads to the matrix, to Trinity, and the end of your species.
Yeah,
Oh, that's why he picked the left door, because that's when he realized, like, no, you can't survive without us.
yeah.
So it's not going to
basically.
be end of Zion at all. He doesn't know what's going to happen, but he knows not going to be all dead.
Yeah. And they could wipe out Zion. They don't need Zion, but they need humans.
They need humans, yeah.
They gotta have humans. So
Yeah, hope. Oh, that's what. That's why I put down here. Hope is the quintessential human delusion, simultaneous
Yeah.
the source of your greatest strength and your greatest weakness.
yeah, but
That's
basically
a
he
good
didn't.
point.
He saw no reason to destroy Morpheus' hope.
No. Yeah, he didn't.
But I don't know if he
Morpheus' hope.
lied to him. He kind of.
I guess that's a little white.
Oh, come
lie.
on. Sometimes sometimes just not sharing information. It's not lying.
Yeah.
It's hard to lie if you didn't say nothing.
How did you like the ending of this when you can see the agents Bane, Smith, and Neo on the table across from each other?
No, that's crazy.
Because they were talking about how
Okay,
Bane
yeah.
was
Well,
trying to
because
shut
you
down
remember you saw
everything.
that, yeah. And then they're like, oh, their ship got destroyed. and There was only one survivor.
Yeah,
And they're like, guess who that was?
yeah, it was Bane. Yep,
Then it showed up because you kind of knew who it was. Then
yeah, and I like that shot where they put them head to head against each other. That was crazy.
yeah. And then it's like, then I was like, crap. Next movie,
Yep. I thought it
which
ended
is not
pretty
so
well.
bad because we're gonna see it next week. So
Yeah, I thought it
not
was
a big
pretty
deal.
good.
But if
right?
I was in
The
the
ending
theater,
of
I
it.
would have been like, crap, man, I gotta wait. I gotta wait.
So it was good in a way to intrigue you to see the next one.
Oh yeah. I want to see the next one. I mean, I'm interested. The funny thing is, it makes you wonder though, because it did really good at the theaters. It's the highest grossing movie.
hmm
But the next one, the continuation wasn't very high grossing, which makes you wonder. It's like a lot of people just got to the end of the movie and said, I don't really care to see the next one.
Oh, I don't know. Or maybe people like this one so much they saw it twice.
Maybe that's a good deal.
Because
or
everything
like
they
I
have
said,
going for it, like the
or
actions,
people,
not the
or
action
people just,
sequences.
or people watched it and decided the second one wasn't as the first
The
one.
kung fu was really good. That
because I mean I know a lot of people that like the Matrix. None of them say anything positive about the third one.
I can't remember anything positive to say about the third one too. I do
I don't
remember
anybody.
the only one thing I remember, well, not only one thing. There's only several things I remember from the third one is when they fight at the end. It reminded me of Dragon Ball because it's kind of like what is that Superman movie, Man of Steel, when he fought the other Kryptonians.
Oh yeah,
The way they fight, right, is like Dragon Ball.
Okay, I'll just say your word for it because I never watched Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
And I don't really feel like it's Dragon Ball right now.
Yeah, so I'll see what you think. Is like I don't remember the third one either. I was wondering like maybe this movie ages to the way that we think now. Right now, it might make more sense by the time we see Matrix Revolutions.
It might make sense. Well, of course, the movie's making more sense because we're sitting here talking about it for about an hour.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pull all this stuff out. So we're gonna analyze it a little bit.
A little bit better, yes. I feel like that's how people should do it. Like instead of going to stupid Rotten Tomatoes, like getting like the audience score, like what?
But isn't that how people used to do it? I mean, that's what movies were for. That's why you always go with a movie then to dinner. You didn't go eat and see a movie.
Oh, you go see the movie, then you go to dinner.
I mean, of course, it's kind of a date thing, but I'm not talking about date thing. I mean, you go see a movie, you go to eat a dinner, you're sitting there and you talk about the movie.
Yes.
I mean, come on, the movie's not just for a person. The movie's for everybody. It's for a group.
That's right. So we evolve into that.
Yeah. Now we just get on the internet and we say how much we hate it. Like, yeah, I saw Spider-Man today. His suit was black, dude.
So you do like this movie?
Like, hey, it was okay.
It was okay, yes.
It was okay.
It was better than Batman and Robin, so we gotta go back to that.
Oh, it was man, come on. Batman and Robin's at the bottom, dude. This movie's good, but this is good because it's part of the universe created in the first Matrix.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you're not gonna see me go, oh yeah,
it's still a very original idea.
Yeah, it's a very original idea, but it's not like we go, oh, you need to go see the Matrix. I mean, I'd say, hey, you need to see the Matrix. You want to hear me go, oh, you need to see the second one or third one.
Oh, I only see the Matrix. You only need to see the first one.
But the problem is, the impact of this movie hasn't been felt until we see the third one, since they're so much connected. I mean, it has to be continued. So it's not the first Matrix. You can watch the first Matrix and leave. This one, just one you have to see. The next
you have to see the third one, yes.
I don't see how. That's what I said. I don't see how anybody could left this one hanging. How could you not?
Yeah, how could you not?
And then I hear a lot of people, go, by the time the one you get to the third one, you don't understand what's going on. But I'm like, well, maybe this is one of those movies where you're never supposed to understand what's going on anyways.
Yeah,
maybe
it's
true. One of those ones you're supposed to go like
you know
I said.
What? You're right.
Eat.
I never thought about
you're
that.
Supposed to go eat and talk with somebody, and then make up your own style. It's like when you go to painting. If the artist never wrote down what he thought he was thinking about when he made the painting, you got to get there and interpret things.
But we'll see. Like I mean, I'll look into it this week, right? Like you're right. Like how can you see at the end of the movie and not see the third one? So to me, like if the Matrix Reloaded made 100 billion, right? The third one should also make 100 billion.
I would. That's my feeling on it.
Yeah, it should.
Unless of course they went and watched it twice, and then they said the third one.
They didn't watch the second
so
twice.
Twice. But I doubt they watched it twice. Well,
I mean back then at this time, people watch a lot of things twice because it still take a while for stuff to come out.
I guess you're right because I'm here for
DVD.
I mean, like Batman. I mean, I don't ever go to the theater and watch a movie twice, but I did see Batman: The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises twice.
Oh, you did?
How many times you saw it? And I know you saw it more than twice because I saw it twice. 2 times I saw it was with you. So,
yeah, I think so.
So I know we saw because we went and saw it the first time in the regular theater. Then we saw it at IMAX theater.
Oh, that was the Dark Knight. We saw the Dark Knight in IMAX theater. Yeah, then we saw it regular.
It was the Dark Knight.
That's when I knew, like, oh my god, IMAX is so much better.
Yeah. Then of course you're set. Then you lean over to me and go, "Hey, dude, you know that scene where they go down the? Made me sick."
Oh, that was Avatar.
No, you said that at Batman. You remember when he gets up on the rooftop and they go down that?
Oh yes,
line?
That's right. Yeah, it did make me sick.
Yeah,
because
you go, it's real because you're like, oh, this is.
It's making me like nauseous a little. Yeah.
I know because you told me you go. I know when we see the IMAX cameras because it makes me nauseous.
Yeah, because the screen is so big, right? And then like there's only like 3 rows of seating.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself,
so close.
I felt sorry for it, and it was at the very back of the theater. Too.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh,
I was
this is
thinking,
too close.
man, if you throw up, you're gonna hit all those people in front of you.
I do. It was that The Dark Knight and stupid Avatar when they came out of that sleep in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
When I watched it in IMAX, like, oh my god, this needs to be over.
You saw that too. You saw it twice too.
I saw Avatar
I
twice.
only saw it once. I remember you saying, "Oh, this is so great," and then I went and saw it with you. And
No,
I thought,
IMAX makes it so great. Like, it's
It's
something
okay.
that James Cameron does. Like,
Yeah.
IMAX is so much better.
No.
So, well, let me talk about that right now. So there's the No Way Home trailer. There's also an IMAX version. Everything is so much better in IMAX because, like, on the film
say
aspect
that.
ratio, right? And then the
You say
IMAX
that.
shows you so much more.
I don't need to see that much more.
Oh, I do.
Man, it's like
It's kind of like the stuff that you told me about our backgrounds, right? Like if my shot right here is IMAX, like wider, you would see I have so much more cooler stuff. Like, hey, I didn't see that in your regular shot. Just,
okay. Now that's a good point.
You
Joe.
see this right here? You see my arcade right here? You know what's above
right.
it? It's
You're
the shield from Legend of Zelda. I have the
Okay.
shield hanging up.
You could quit bragging, okay?
Okay.
You won, okay? You
Oh,
won.
I'm not saying winning, but like
if
shot.
I had an IMAX still, shoot, you'd see a lot more stuff.
Exactly. I
got
can
a
see Nintendo up top.
Yeah,
in the
you
bookcase.
could see my Ed 2109.
See,
standing over
exactly.
here watching, doing guard. For
See,
anybody in
but
the
I
audience,
can't
yeah.
see it because we're not IMAX.
Yeah, you can't see my Iron Man and my Batman suit because
Yeah,
Ecto
maybe
1
I could
parked
move my
over there.
camera back so I can see more, but then I'm smaller.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
I know. Yeah, we'd be these tiny little. We'd look like Lego figures on there.
Yeah, we probably look like Lego figures.
Somebody'd
yes.
be watching. Why is there Lego figures talking?
Okay, well, with that one, we're done this week with The Matrix Reloaded. We'll come back with Matrix Revolutions next week. So I'm going to end this right here.
It's gonna be a revolution.
Revolution, yes. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.